I'm a technological freak. I love everything that makes a noise, lights up, does wonderful things. Technology is everything. Wherever I travel, I have my computer, which is my home recording. I can edit video. It's my entertainment system, so I can watch movies or television. It's my communication. 20 years ago, a laptop was a work tool. Now it's a life tool. It's something I think we got wrong, where technology got things wrong. We reduced everything, reduced the 12-inch vinyl to a CD. And then we reduced it to nothing. We reduced it to an MP3. And there's something missing. When you were a kid, you could walk down the street with your new album under your arm, with the front facing outwards, and everyone knew how cool you were. I dreamed of guitars long before I was allowed to touch one. I dream of having these wonderful things because having a guitar made you sexy. A few musical instruments that made a big difference, and the established music industry fought against them. So the electric guitar changed everything. The style of music, the style of playing, the sound of the guitar changed. You'd never have had Jimi Hendrix or Eric Clapton or Jeff Beck or any of those guys if there wasn't someone who invented the electric pickup. I remember playing an electric guitar, just strumming not knowing what to do, just making the noise and touching the strings and the wood. Something very organic about a guitar. It's tactile, it's wood, metal, skin. And those three elements make this wonderful noise. Having an instrument that was only limited in what noise it could make, what sound it could make, it was only limited by your imagination, was unbelievable. So if you give 100 musicians the same synthesizer and drum machine, the one guy with a great idea will come up with something spectacular. The Ultravox wasn't the obvious band that anyone would want to join. It was a kind of broken band. Now that normally wouldn't excite someone, but it excited me. The moment we went into a rehearsal room to make music, it was just the most magnificent sound I'd ever heard. This huge noise came out. When I was in the studio putting Visage together, and we made Fade to Grey, it was one of the first white European dance records, when all dance records up until that point had come from, soul or R&B in America. So this came from a completely different area. It came from, Giorgio Moroder, and it came from Kraftwerk and La Düsseldorf, and all that. It was extremely European, what we were doing. So I think when we did that back in 1979, that was a kind of game changer, because it was hugely commercially successful. But you only think that for a very short period. Once you think you've made it to the top of that particular hill, you find that when you get to the top of the hill, there's another one over there that's slightly higher, and that's the next peak. So without constantly striving to do something new and different and exciting, the future never works out how you plan it. the future's only tomorrow's yesterday. It's, you know, as soon as tomorrow comes, you think, well, it's old news, it's old hat. It's not really different. It happens incredibly gradually. I think the best that most people can do is be aware of hopefully not standing still. When I think back to the late 1970s, using the new technology that came out, synthesizers, drum machines, home recording equipment, to use that at the time was one step ahead of what everyone else was doing. The way music goes is controlled by the people. I'd like to think that music will be in safe hands.